once again here at the National Emergency Management Agency on Gladstone Road.
Bonjour tout le monde, comment vous allez? On parle dans NEMA, dans Gladstone Road.
Today we'll give another update on Tropical Storm Nicole. The system is being monitored closely by the Met Department and NEMA, and we will share our findings with you, the public.
Julia, nous venons parler dans cyclone là, Nicole.
The speakers that have been lined up for today, we will start with Honorable Miles LaRota, Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister, responsible for disaster risk management. Sir?
P.S. Carl Smith, Director of NEMA, Captain Stephen Russell, other government officials, press, Bahamas, good morning. I have just received the briefing with regards to Tropical Storm Nicole. The representatives from the various government agencies will provide that update. I just want to give a brief summary of which those individuals will go into detail. Abaco and Grand Bahama is going to be a direct hit. To put bluntly, they should be experiencing hurricane force winds at around 1 p.m. Today. Looks like New Providence and Eleuthera and Andros may have been given somewhat of a reprieve with regards to tropical storm winds. There are, however, some effects on the coast, in particular the west coast of New Providence, where there is flooding. And so I don't want to usurp those professionals. I want to continue to thank those agencies that provide safety and also provide information. I will wrap up after individuals would have spoken. I would have spoken to the acting Prime Minister, who is on his way. The Prime Minister is being briefed as information comes in, and so until then I will turn over to Ms. Alton Monker.
Thank you. The lineups will start with the Director of NEMA, Captain Stephen Russell, followed by Mr. Jeffrey Green. Director?
Yeah, thank you, Deputy Director Monker. Again, I'm going to be brief as well because the technical team, when the respective agency, will give you an update. But during the course of the night, the full team, our team was here at NEMA monitoring the system. I'm hearing from our islands as best we can. Up to this morning, we know that some 27 shelters were activated, and a total of some 528 persons reported into shelters up to 7 a.m. this morning. As you're aware, from our earlier Met updates, we know the strong tropical force winds are now impacting or making landfall on Abaco as of 10 a.m. Strong tropical storm force winds as of 10 a.m. are now impacting the island of Abaco. And with the speed now at 12 miles per hour, that's going to continue. And like I said, around 1 p.m. in the next 3 hours, we'll now have a hurricane in the middle of Little Abaco and Grand Bahama, and they're going to experience the tropical hurricane force winds for a period of time during the afternoon. That's our main concern now, and we're urging all persons in the Little Abaco, Central Abaco, Little Abaco, and in fact all the Abacos and Grand Bahama, to exercise extreme caution. They should not be moving about. They should now be in their safe place to weather the storm as it passes. We're urging persons, don't take chances to move about, trying to do those last bit of things. If they haven't secured their homes, find a safe place where they can weather the storm until it passes. As far as New Providence is concerned, you can see in the cone, at 1 p.m. today, the outer edge of the storm will be at its closest point of approach to New Providence, and that keeps us clear, New Providence clear of the storm. And from 1 p.m. and beyond, it definitely conditions will drastically improve here in New Providence. So we have no major concerns here in New Providence as related to this hurricane, because it will eventually move on and out of our way. Okay? I can allow the Met Department to give you more detail on briefing in terms of this program here. Prime Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, sir. So the Met Department, please. Mr. Green.
Good morning. Standing on the established protocol. Good morning, everyone. This is alert number 18 on Tropical Storm Nicole.
Bonjour tout le monde. Ça c'est parlé de cyclone Nicole.
At 7 a.m., the center of Nicole was located at 26.6 degrees north and 75.2 degrees west. That is 55 miles east of Hopetown, Abaco, 105 miles east of East End, Grand Bahama, 95 miles north of Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera, 125 miles northeast of New Providence, and 150 miles northeast of Nicholstown, Andros.
Depuis cet âge-là, cyclone a été tout près Abaco avec New Providence avec Eleuthera.
Nicole is moving towards the west-southwest at 13 miles an hour.
Nicole a travel avec northwest at 30 miles per hour.
Maximum sustained winds are at 70 miles an hour with higher gusts.
Il y a bien vent en pile force.
Nicole is expected to become a hurricane as it passes Abaco and Grand Bahama Islands.
Bon, il passe cyclone là venir Abaco avec Freeport.
The impacts of the storm remain the same. Storm surge could rise water levels as much as 3 to 5 feet above normal tides along coastal areas in the northwest Bahamas.
Dans les îles avec Freeport avec Abaco, il y a bien éliation à Chodia. So, tout le monde passe sorti. Il y a un pile rain, pile lapi.
Rainfall amounts of 3 to 5 inches are expected, with localized higher amounts of 7 inches across the northwest Bahamas from today through Thursday.
Depuis jeudi pour jeudi, il y a un pile lapi avec un pile vent. Il n'y a pas besoin de monde pour sortir.
Formation of waterspout and tornadoes are possible as the passage of Nicole will have outer rain bands affecting the major islands. Coastal erosion to the Atlantic exposed beaches with hazardous waves and swells will affect most of the northwest Bahamas and portions of the central Bahamas.
Si vous êtes tout près de la mer, vous avez besoin pour sortir, évacuer. Si vous êtes tout près de la mer.
Flooding is likely over the extreme northwest Bahamas and portions of the remainder of the northwest and central Bahamas.
Il y a dit un pile lapi la fait éliation pour aujourd'hui pour toutes les îles pour Freeport, Abaco avec New Providence too.
We are asking residents on the island of New Providence, Eleuthera, and Andros to as much as possible remain indoors until the storm is out of our area.
Yo dit yo connaît tant papi mal dans Freeport, Eleuthera, New Providence avec Andros, pas yo tout besoin monde pour rester en dedans.
As they will still be impacted by the rain bands and the crashing, battering waves and sea swells that will affect most of the coastal roads on these islands.
Il y a toujours un vent avec un pile lapi. Si vous êtes tout près de la mer, il y a un pile qui a venu, so il n'y a pas besoin pour sortir. Ça c'est pour les pour New Providence, Andros and Eleuthera seulement.
Residents in Grand Bahama, Berry Islands, and in Abaco should have already completed all of their preparation and be indoors until the all clear is given.
Tout le monde qui est dans Berry Islands, Bimini, Freeport and Abaco, you get up, cyclone get up vini, you pas besoin de dehors, même, you pas besoin dehors.
Just to give you the line up for the remainder of the speakers, and then I want you to hold your questions until the end. So we will have Ms. Andrea Newbold, Chief Welfare Officer from the Department of Social Services, Mr. Neil Campbell, Acting Director for Local Government, Ms. Bahia Hepburn, Civil Works from Ministry of Works, Mr. Sterling Moss from BPL, Mr. Arlington Bethel from Water and Sewage, Mr. Shivago Dames, Assistant Commissioner of Police, then Commander Sonia Miller from the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, and Ms. Antoinette Comabach from Ministry of Health. Andre Nouveau.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Deputy Prime Minister. Shelter update as of the 9th of November 2022 at 6:43 a.m.
Ça c'est pour tout le monde qui a allé dans Abia pour cyclone là.
Central Grand Bahama, Christ the King Special Needs Shelter, 11 persons.
You get 11 monde dans Central Grand Bahama.
Maurice Moore Primary School, 33 persons.
You get 33 monde dans Maurice l'école.
Central Church of God, 7 persons.
Central Church of God gets 7 monde.
Shiloh Seventh-day Adventist Church, 7 persons.
Shiloh Seventh-day Adventist l'église il y a 7 monde.
Revelations Faith Apostolic International, 6 persons.
Revelation l'église il y a 7 monde tout.
West Grand Bahama, Bethel Deliverance Center, 15 persons.
Ça c'est dans West Grand Bahama, Bethel Deliverance l'église il y a 6 persons.
Church of God of Prophecy, Pinedale, 1 person.
Church of God of Prophecy il y a une person.
Abaco, Sandy Point Community Center, 9 persons.
Ça c'est dans Abaco, il y a 9 monde qui là.
Amy Roberts Primary School, 3 persons.
Amy Roberts School, c'est 3 monde là.
Central Abaco Primary School, 250 persons.
Central Abaco Primary School, you get des gens.
Faith Walk Church of God, 11 persons.
You get Faith Walk Church of God l'église, you get 11 monde là.
Friendship Tabernacle, 217 persons.
Friendship Tabernacle l'église, get des 7 monde là.
Gonaki, 9 persons.
Gonaki, you get 9 monde là.
Friendship Tabernacle Central Abaco Primary has reached its capacity. Therefore, Patrick J. Bethel High School in Murphytown was activated. Thank you.
You again.
Friendship Tabernacle and Abaco Primary School has reached its capacity. Therefore, Patrick J. Bethel High School
Patrick High School l'école
in Murphytown was activated.
In Murphytown.
Thank you.
Ms. Therese Boodle will bring us updates.
Good morning, all. Honorable Acting Prime Minister, Media, a pleasant good morning. Commander, pleasant good morning to you all. First on the agenda, I'm directed by the Acting Director to assure the media and the public that through Administrator Dames, we were able to confirm that there was no flooding concern relative to the Cooperstown Community Health Facility. And as the acting director would have made a point in expressing, if there were challenges in that area, as the media would have asked yesterday, the remaining residents of that area do have access to emergency response assistance north of the facility as well as south of the facility there in Cooperstown, as was demonstrated during Hurricane Dorian. As a department, we have been in communication with our island administrators who are acting in the capacity as chairpersons for their local disaster consultative committees. We can confirm that Family Island administrators are on alert and those in the trajectory of the storms are fully activated. As a department, we have been able to communicate with our Family Island administrators and even offer assistance in addressing a few concerns to enhance their state of readiness. Throughout the course of the night, acting PM, administrators provided updates on conditions and any issues that they were addressing via their pictures, videos, and other means of reporting. We have been brought up to speed about evacuation effort, shelter numbers, which the Department of Social Service is the lead agency with responsibility for. One example of our report is in the case of North Eleuthera. We were able to receive reports from Administrator Wilson showing a group of visitors who had to take a ferry into Gregory Town, as well as showing the rough condition at the Glass Window Bridge. Also coming out of Abaco, videos provided by Administrator Dames, we were clearly able to see that there are serious and concerning coastal flooding issues in Little Abaco, Blackwood, and Grand Toe Key. Reports from Grand Key indicate increasing winds and power outage. West Grand Bahama Administrator Ricardo Ferguson is also reporting power outage. Additionally, Administrator Roll is also advising of serious coastal flooding issues in central Abaco. We have been briefed by administrators relative to concern. In particular, we were just briefed by Administrator Donald Roll relative to a matter he has to investigate concerning a labor issue out of Guanakee. These updates enable us to be assured that administrators were mobilized and responding to their mandate to coordinate and activate their disaster hurricane preparedness plan. Additionally, information from Central Andros also indicate that there is now flooding concerns and a group of people had to be evacuated. Out of Eastern Grand Bahama, weather conditions remain moderate, the same with sparsely light showers in various areas and increasing gusts of wind. Residents had to be evacuated, additional residents out of Eastern Grand Bahama. Due to the weather condition, there is limited to no communication in McLeanstown and Swedenski. In some part of the district, they have been experiencing down power lines, settling of water in roads, and other reports of fallen trees. We offer our unwavering support to Family Island administrators, fully understanding that they are called on to engage in Herculean effort. Many of them are mobilized in their command centers, moving about the district, addressing concerns as it is safe to do so. Such support has been expressed by the Honorable Minister of Local Government and Acting Director Neil Campbell. We encourage Family Island administrators and their teams to continue to place life and safety first, and we implore all Family Island residents in the anticipated part to follow all advisory given to them by NEMA and their local disaster consultative committees and to assist their fellow Bahamians. Thank you so much.
Bahia Hepburn. Sorry, good day. Good day. I'm Bahia Hepburn. I'm Assistant Civil Engineer from Ministry of Works and Utilities. We are going to be commenting on the conditions of the New Providence Northern Coastline on West Bay Street between Arawak Key and Gambia.
Ça c'est Ministry of Works. Yo parle dans route pour Awaki, na Gambia.
The roads are at present very unsafe.
L'area pas safe pour aller.
The tide is high, and in addition to the storm surge, it is causing waves to overtop the seawalls and the shorelines and beaches.
Ça c'est pour l'area pour Gambia avec Awaki, on gagne pile clos, puis après sortir dans la mer, puis venir dans l'area. Yo pas besoin monde passer dans route ça.
We are advising of the following road closures on West Bay Street for the safety of the public.
Toute route ça l'abdi, yo fermé jeudi.
Ferguson Road from Ferguson Road to Saunders Beach.
Ferguson Road, Saunders Beach.
From Saunders Beach to Goodman's Bay.
From Goodman's Bay.
Between the Sandy Port entrance to Blake Road.
Na Sandy Port, na Blake Road.
And from Blake Road to Gambia.
Na Blake Road, na Gambia. Tout route ça a fermé jeudi.
We are also advising to avoid the Western Esplanade Arwaki Western Road, which is also currently blocked with debris and flooding.
Non, with Arwaki, yo pas besoin passer là tout parce qu'il y a un pile glos là dans l'area avec un pile bruit.
We emphasize again that there's major flooding on Go Slow Bend. There was at least 8 to 10 inches of standing water about an hour ago, and that was before high tide came in.
Je dis Go Slow Bend, côté dans route après vous passez dans Saunders Beach, il y a un pile gros là, so vous pas passer net, vous pas marcher, vous pas conduire.
The Ministry of Works and Utilities is currently assisting the Royal Bahamas Police Force with the closure at Go Slow Bend and other portions.
Ministry work avec police, il y a travaillé ensemble, so fermer toute route ça.
Our damage assessment teams and cleanup teams will continue to monitor the situation.
Il y a monde qui a regardé situation là, qui a pas passé qu'on y a.
Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Konya, ça c'est mon PPL qui a parlé Konya.
The Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited continues to monitor the passage of Tropical Storm Nicole.
Ça c'est un PPL, il y a toujours monité cyclone là qui a appelé Nicole.
Our concerns and prayers are centered upon our staff and their families in the affected communities.
Je prie pour tout le monde qui travaille pour eux, avec tout le monde dans la communauté.
In Abaco, the present conditions reported are wind and rain and significant gusts.
Ça c'est dans Abaco, il y a un pile la pluie, un pile vent, un vent fort.
As reported, storm surges have breached the eastern coast and Keys.
Tout le monde qui a été dans East Coast là, il y a une énergie qui a venu dans Gloire.
Manowar and Scotland Key remain off since yesterday. Crews are hampered by weather conditions in traveling from the mainland to these areas. Investigations will continue after the storm. Guanakee and most of Hopetown remain online throughout the night. Power to those areas were interrupted at 8 a.m. due to high winds. Because of the localized flooding experienced in Blackwood and Cooperstown, as well as surrounding areas, Supplies to these areas were interrupted at about 6 a.m. as well.
Yo pa gen lumière depuis 6 heures matin.
The same is true in central Abaco up to North Abaco.
Central Abaco and to North Abaco, yo pa gen lumière.
As conditions deteriorated, consistent with our control shutdown strategy, these areas were shut down. These areas will remain offline until the storm passes.
Yo pa gen lumière toujours until si qu'on a passé net, bien yo pa lumière.
At present, South Abaco remains online.
South Abaco gen lumière.
However, as soon as sustained winds exceed 40 miles per hour,
si yo vent vient plus fort,
power supplies to this area will be disconnected.
Yo fermé lumière.
This will place all of mainland Abaco and the surrounding keys in a total system shutdown condition.
Si yo vent toujours vient fort, yo couper toute lumière pour Abaco avec l'autre zéro.
Assessment teams and crews will be mobilized as soon as the all clear is given through NEMA.
Le NEMA dit si est bon pour aller dehors, yo bay lumière.
Supplies on Moores Island remain online at present.
Moores Island gen lumière kon ya.
Eleuthera is reporting overcast conditions from central going north. There is an outage at present in Wems's Bight. And crews are investigating recent outages from Hatchet Bay to Deep Creek. The team will continue to respond and monitor as the day goes by. Bimini experienced a total island-wide shutdown at 9:35 a.m. this morning. As of 10:03 this morning, supplies have been restored in Bimini except Bailey Town.
Dans Bimini, il y a une lumière depuis 10 heures matin, seulement Bailey Town pas gain.
On the island of New Providence, West Bay Street, in particular the area west of Orange Hill, is offline at present.
Ça c'est pour New Providence, il y a pas de lumière qui est dans West Bay Street, l'area depuis dans Wood, l'area Orange Hill, aller dans Gambia.
3 other areas along with this area are being investigated.
Il y a un lot monde qui a regardé.
BPL would like to encourage our customers to stay safe, remain mentally strong, and vigilant.
BPL besoin vous rester safe, vous pas besoin pour sortir, stay encouraged.
This is with respect to the use of portable generator systems.
So bien portable generator.
BPL remains committed to ensuring the safety of our customers.
BPL toujours à faire.
And the organization remains on full alert for the all clear. And for appropriate damage and needs analysis and response. Thank you for your attention.
Merci.
Good morning. Good morning, Mohammed. The corporation is continuing to monitor the movement, the progress of Nicole, and we are pleased to report that reports coming out of Abaco thus far, our operations there are normal. We have full capacity storage. Our distribution system. Our distribution has been shut off until the passage of the storm, and we will resume distributing water. But we will have a full complement of water to supply our customers.
In
North Andros, operations are normal.
North Andros tout va bien.
In Eleuthera, the naval base power plant is on standby generator due to power outage.
In Eleuthera, you get power outage there, you get lumière, so.
The North Eleuthera is on static power, and that is operational.
North Eleuthera get glow.
Last night, as some of you may have been aware, we had a major leak in 2nd Street, the Grove area.
Depuis à soir, passé dans 2nd Street Grove, you pas get glow.
That was a 24-inch leak on our main.
You don't get glow, keep up look it.
That was repaired as of 8:30 p.m. last night.
You get arrangé depuis 8 heures à soir.
And water was restored by 9 p.m.
You get glow.
In New Providence, we are between 90 and 95% storage capacity. And so everything is normal for us thus far.
Dans New Providence, you get glow, so tout va bien.
Thank you.
Merci.
Pleasant good morning, Bahamas, Acting Prime Minister.
Ça c'est l'état qui a parlé qu'on y a.
For the police, as reported yesterday, everything remains the same.
Tout va être même.
All of our communication networks are operational.
Toute communication qui est online.
We do have boots on the ground. Especially on those islands in the projected part of Tropical Storm Nicole. Our officers are reporting heavy flooding in Turtle Key, Abaco. Rainbow Bay, Eleuthera. West End, Grand Bahama. And around Goslow Bend and Sanders Beach here in New Providence.
Sanders Beach and Goslow Bend, New Providence.
As such, we are urging all residents to please heed the warnings of NEMA and stay indoors.
Tout le monde qui est dans le ça yo besoin rester en dedans. S'il vous plaît.
Do not put yourselves in harm's way. Our first responders are out there. However, they will not put their lives in danger. Please wait until NEMA gives the all clear before traversing our streets. May our immutable God keep our beloved Bahamaland safe. Thank you.
Merci. Ça c'est Mr. François qui a parlé qu'on y a.
Good morning. I am Commander Sonia Miller of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. Defense Force Marines continue to assist in Abaco and Grand Bahama.
Defense Force in Abaco and Grand Bahama.
In the Emergency Operations Center. They are also conducting roving patrols with the local authorities on the island of Abaco. Marines are also conducting similar patrols on the island of Grand Bahama. The Bimini team remains on standby and ready to assist as necessary.
Tout Marine Defense was also now Bimini Yaptan.
Defense Force ships remain on hurricane avoidance.
Tout bâtiment for Defense Force now hurricane avoidance.
HMBS Lawrence Major is a part of this flotilla.
HMBS Lawrence Major, that's now bâtiment.
She has on board NEMA's dry food, and water supply.
Igen glow, igen manger.
Heavy-duty equipment.
Avec equipment.
And a Royal Bahamas Defense Force impact team.
And you get moun depuis cyclone get the passe.
This will allow for the HMBS launch major to proceed directly to an impacted island.
So si Zulia gen effect nan cyclone ça la bâtiment ça la venir tout droit.
And this will happen once weather permits. One of our international partners has pledged their support to assist with aerial medical evacuations should the need arise.
So gen moun ki injure sou besoin moun yo gen avion ki stand by pour rete.
The Royal Bahamas Defense Force remains committed and ready to assist. Thank you.
Defense Force a ton pour tout mon assistant. Merci un peu. C'est mon qui est full tout l'hôpital là qui a parlé qu'on y a.
Good morning.
Public Health.
Antoinette Cumberbatch, Senior Nursing Officer, Ministry of Health and Environment.
Antoinette Cumberbatch.
And Wellness. We at the Ministry of Health remain in a constant state of readiness. Our competent medical professionals are on the ground to execute the mandate of ESF 8 with responsibilities of health and medical services. Currently, our clinics are secured, emergency equipment and supplies are in place, and our emergency plans and protocols are being implemented. Each member of our healthcare team, as well as our stakeholders, are aware of the plans and their designated responsibilities. Our healthcare teams have visited our vulnerable population throughout the islands and has ensured that they have received their medications.
Yo gen ta ale nan tout kote nan zile yo pour bay doctors gen to ale and bay medication.
Our vulnerable population, inclusive of our clients with NCDs, those with disabilities, mental health challenges, our elderlies, children, and our lower socio-economic groupings, and those residing in low-lying areas and on the coastal areas have been advised.
Tout moun ki grand moun ou pa ka marcher gen disability, yo gen te parler avec yo and by medication.
Those persons have been advised to seek safe haven in our available shelters or relatives in secured areas.
Sou grand moun, sou pa ka parler, sou pa ka marcher, sou gen disability, yo besoin aller nan abri pour cycler là, shelter rete là pour.
Our satellite phones and other forms of communications are available. Generators have been refueled and are standby in case of power outages. And our vaccines and medications have also been secured.
You get a secure vaccine, medication, you get telephone, you get generator, so lumière coupée.
Our 24-hour duty rosters, IDA teams, which are furnished with mental health nurses, relief team, and emergency response teams are on standby.
You get on team keep standby.
At this time, our clients should have secured their emergency plans and ensure that every member of their family is familiar with them.
Quand il y a besoin tout le monde qui dans tailleur côté cyclone là il besoin de ramasser toute médication et si vous besoin sortir ou évacuer ou get connaître ça nous get pas là.
At this time, we are experiencing challenges with flooding in the following areas in the North Abaco district.
Quand il y a une pile inondation qui pile
Blackwood, Cedar Harbor, and Green Turtle Key, which are contributing to accessibility to these areas. We want to caution the community in the affected areas to be vigilant and safe. Stay away from these areas unless it's an absolute emergency. Currently, the electricity is off in the North Abaco district, which have ultimately affected the water system. Finally, there has been no reported cases of emergencies, injuries, or mortalities or incidences at this time. Please, I urge you to follow the protocols and take this system seriously. I thank you.
I would like to acknowledge the Acting Prime Minister. I thank those agencies for their reports.
Merci pour tout le monde qui vient parler.
Right now, our thoughts and prayers are with those residents of Grand Bahama and Abaco who will be experiencing hurricane force winds starting around 1 p.m. today. We pray that Almighty God protect them. With regards to New Providence, even though we are not in the position of Abaco and Grand Bahama, the coastline of New Providence is still very dangerous. We beg residents to stay from those areas.
S'il vous plaît, pas sortir
Beach-street areas, as was mentioned early on.
Ça c'est pour Saunders Beach, Gambia, avec Awaki.
We are very disturbed about the employment incident that was mentioned earlier.
Nous avons chagrin pour Sayodi Elia.
That information was communicated to the Acting Prime Minister and will be communicated to the Prime Minister.
You have the Prime Minister avec Acting Prime Minister.
There have been police reports, police statements would have been given with regards.
You going to parler avec l'État, so.
Again, we offer our prayers for Abaco and Bahama residents.
Nous toujours prier pour tout le monde qui est dans Abaco avec Freeport.
We will have another press conference at 5 p.m. today.
Yo vin parler encore à 5h jeudi.
Hopefully at that time we would be able to make a position with regards to the all clear in New Providence and the opening of businesses tomorrow.
Non, tant ça, 5h jeudi, you have dit sur New Providence qui a sauté dehors, tout le monde qui a sauté qui était dans Providence, avec l'autre business qui a ouvert des mers.
God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Merci un peu, bon Dieu toujours pour des Bahamas là.
At this time, we would entertain questions from the media. Anybody?
Jasper Ward, Nassau Garden. To confirm, have there been any kind of evacuation since Abaco started experiencing rain, flooding?
Director?
Again, what was reported yesterday, the 25 persons that came from Guanaki, that's all the persons that were evacuated as related to Abaco. And I mentioned Sweetenski, the 36 persons that came from Sweetenski. That is the only evacuations that were executed under our direction.
Any more questions?
employment incident that the minister spoke about. Could you clarify which one you mean?
He will speak to that later on. Any further questions? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead.
Sorry, the totals on the shelters, the total amount of people that are in the shelters.
Shelters? Ms. Newell. They want to know the total number of... What's the question? The total number of persons in shelters?
Okay. I didn't have a total. I read out with shelter. I could... Okay. 528. Okay. 528 persons. That's the total for all the shelters.
Okay. And with the shelters not being at full capacity and some not having anyone in them at all, are you concerned that people may be unsafe because they may be just going to their relatives' homes?
Well, some relative homes might be ready. They may be safe, the safe place, because we always tell people your shelter, your primary shelter is your home. So if it's safe, then that's not a problem. But if it's not, we want persons to please come to the shelters. Please don't go to any homes which you know are unsafe. Come to use the shelters what are activated for you.
For Mr. Green.
Mr. Green?
I know Nicole is a tropical storm now. When it makes landfall, I think in about 15 minutes or so in Abaco, will it be a hurricane?
It is likely that it will be a hurricane by the time it makes landfall. If not at time of landfall, shortly after. A Cat 1. The storm will be moving over Abaco and Grand Bahama throughout the day. So that means by Wednesday night, it will be nearer to western Grand Bahama, and by early Thursday morning, it should be leaving the area. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to an end. We'd like to thank the media for your continued support in everything that you do, and our officials here and the representatives from the various government agencies, our uniform branches, and those who share the report to us as it relates to the system that is potentially impacting the islands in the path of the Tropical Storm Nicole. Again, we here at NEMA and all of our emergency support function groupings are ready to deal with any disaster, natural or man-made. We would like to remind the public that hurricane season starts June 1 and ends November 30th, and we will be having another press conference at 5 p.m. today to bring you some more updates. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you.
Well done, everybody. Thank you very much.